up? I'm Hamp. It's Hamp's Day Off here with Roman and Justin. How you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Chilling. Beautiful day. 97 out. Pollen count is high. We're gonna talk some music. Roaming around. This has been in the making for a while now. Glad to have you finally.
Thank you.
And what do I want to get into? So you have a very specific sound, right? And I feel like it wasn't what it was prior, because I know you had a project released before these like 3 single ones, right?
Yeah.
How would you describe this new sound you walked into, this dreaminess?
I guess I'd say it's kind of progressive. When I first released the very first thing, which isn't on the internet anymore, it's just that Veggie Beats album, I was kind of making some progressive hip hop. And then I wanted to experiment with a lot more things, such as like voice and stuff like that. So I first wrote Star Signs and D&T, which I kind of considered like progressive R&B, progressive dream pop. Like Me More, which also was released, was also kind of progressive. So I guess it'd say like R&B and dream pop at the same time would like fit this genre.
It's an interesting blend for sure. It's very unique, and I was asking because like it's a different sound in this scene right now. Just like the heavy dream pop influence, and the only artist I can think that's kind of doing it is Valley Palace. So it's really awesome to see the R&B influence too, because I've heard it like twice now, and it's been growing on me. And Star Signs, let's talk the inspiration behind that. Really interesting track. Let's get into it. Where was the not inspiration, but like what was the idea behind it?
So what had happened was interesting. I started just with some tracks, and I was just listening to some music because I just wanted to make something. And that was one of the first songs that like really drew my voice to it. So I just could like do some melodies over it. And I showed it to some friends, and those friends were just like, "Yo, send us something. This is really cool." And then I just remember like one day I was in my garage, I had a day off, and I don't know what happened necessarily, but I went in, and then I came out. I don't even know how I came out, but I did, and it was kind of on the edge of complete, so I started showing it to more people. I feel like that was one of the big reasons I definitely did this.
I was just gonna ask, what's the relationship with Trailing 12 like?
It's pretty cool. I work with a dude, his name is Nico, and me and him are like, he's like my primary person that I talk to, and they're pretty cool. When I started searching for labels, I sent out stuff to like it feels like over 20, and then they were the only ones that got back to me, and since then they've been really supportive, and it's been really cool working with them. They've been really cool with hookups on getting me shows in LA and stuff like that. And
you're on a lot of playlists.
Yeah, and they got me on some cool playlists, which I'm super, extremely grateful for. So definitely cannot do what I'm doing without them. So thank you.
Shout out Trailing 12.
The best.
The best.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get back into it. D&T, I really like the sound on that. It's like your songwriting is very good too. It's catchy. It's melodic. What was the process behind it? It's very different from Star Signs. It's not very, but it's different.
Yeah, it's definitely different from that one. So that one, I'd say, was at the time like another really progressive, like R&B track. I don't know. When I started writing that one, it really was just a bunch of chords. Again, I was just throwing some melodies to it. I had some experiences that I had been wanting to write about for a while, so I put that into D&T, and I kind of feel like the lyrics eventually matched themselves to what the song was, instead of me like trying to find a meaning or like having a meaning and trying to put it over something.
Yeah,
I just like
it finds its own way.
Yeah, they just met, and they like met well together, I feel like.
That's good.
But yeah, that one, everything in my garage, I recorded the drums with like a couple mics. I only think I recorded with 2 mics, and then everything else was like pretty much like electronic. I threw some guitar in there. Nice. I know that bass line in there that happens very subtly. Steve plays it really well. But yeah, it's super duper subtle. But that one's also just like an electronic bass that I like had a step sequence into Ableton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ableton user.
Ableton user.
Ableton.
Fruity Loops got myself.
You use Fruity Loops? FL Studio.
Pirated that
Dang.
shit.
There you go. There you go.
I mean, I bought it legally.
Don't tell anyone, guys.
Yeah, no. No snitches at Ham Stay Out. All my
Yeah.
subscribers are loyal. All 12 of you. But yeah, that's really interesting to hear your like whole songwriting process. And I asked because I'm wondering, I don't want to call it experimental, but I like how you said progressive. And do you apply that same methodology to like every song you're writing, or like project even?
Musically, yeah, I guess. I don't know. The Like Me More, I feel like is different from everything else
Yeah.
that I've put out there. But I've noticed that there's a lot of artists now that are coming out with like multitudes of different sounds, and I think it's really cool. And I'm really inspired by that. How everyone is kind of just doing something new. It feels like every track, or even if it's not every track, like every album.
Yeah.
So
Solid. Yeah, let's. Speaking on that, your new project. Single even. I know what you've done, but let's talk about it. What can people expect from your new single?
So the next single that's coming out is titled Rhythm. Rhythm was this dog, little puppy I had for a couple months, and then he had this brain condition and he got really sick and passed away. And the song is really lyrically about how everything when I had Rhythm was ridiculous for like 2 months. And life was just going like super fast, and I'd come home to Rhythm and he'd be there, and it'd be really, so he's kind of like a comfort little animal. And then all of a sudden, we had to put him down. So everything is just an experience that I had having him, and then you'll probably hear like halfway through the song it like breaks out into like this really spacey like section, which is kind of like, oh, the reality of having to put down your dog, or losing somebody that you love just like kind of hits you, and it's like kind of hard to like those first like 10 seconds of it, it's like kind of hard to collect yourself until like it actually hits you. It hits you hard. Musically, I try to write for that, but yeah, Justin played bass on that one. Throws down sickest bass lines.
Don't wait for that one.
Yeah.
Ready for that one. That one's actually been my favorite one to play live the past couple months. So.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
Heard it live.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear it in the headphones. It sounds like it's gonna be like really, really good.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate how you also like. It sounds emotionally like you put care into the sound, the production too. So like it's not just the songwriting; it's also emotionally, not provocative, but it's influenced its production.
Yeah. There's a music video.
It's like definitely.
Yeah. There's a music video coming out for it. And the music video is me and my friend Nicholas. We went around to a bunch of people and filmed them with the dog and playing with it. And then they did all these cool things on this camera. I have no idea what it is. It's not a Super 8, but it's like this cranky camera that has like some cool stuff in it. And then just everything is like recorded on my iPhone. And then we just like montaged it together into like this big old like collage of like cute dogs and cats just playing with them. Really cute. And then like I said, there's like the section halfway where it just like breaks down, and it's pretty emotional. We're carrying my friend's dog. We did not harm this dog, and we carry it to a vet, and it's just it's really haunting. And then Justin, the doctor, has to hardest thing.
Monster.
Yeah, so it's one of those things that hits really hard, and I just have to apologize to the people on the other side of the camera. If it's too much for you, I totally understand. Don't watch it if it's too much for you, because I saw it, we were having a practice and I saw it and oh my god,
Heavy.
it was
It's heavy.
it's heavy.
And then just, if I can say, yeah, I had actually a similar experience with an old dog of mine too, where you took him in and there's just not really much that you can do for him, so that's just the best. And so like to kind of reenact that, but like from the perspective of the doctor was like really interesting, just for that day and like ongoing.
Being able to like connect to that role.
Yeah, well, like the role, but also it's just matters of perspective. Cause
Yeah.
then, in the moment you may be like hurt or whatever, that the doctor can't really do anything, but it just put things into perspective. 'Cause, like that's their whole like they deal with that a lot.
It's interesting. Conceptually, this track is like really cool from top to bottom, like the music all the way to the media coming from it. So that's honestly appreciate your dedication. Like how vulnerable was the art? Fuck with that. Hell yeah. Like kudos to you. I don't know. I can never do that shit, but it's important. I feel like I know it's hard, but artistically it matters so much. Just that you're able to do that. So appreciate you. Let's talk project. Should we get from this roaming around project?
So don't mind me, I'm gonna get a sip of water.
Hydrate. We about to have a heat wave.
It's hot and fresh. It's really hot.
Paul
That's
and
like
Ty.
100 degrees. I have a bunch of band stickers on here, by the way. I just want to shout out Best Baby, Wyatt, Black Sea, Near Avenue.
Every single one.
Yeah, got y'all on here and a whole bunch of other various things. A lot of these stickers are from my students.
You got a quiet sticker?
Yeah, look at that.
Dude, that's so fucking sick. I'm gonna print it.
Yeah. They did an interview here, huh?
Nah, we did it in Kerman.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was our first one.
Oh, that's
Couldn't
right.
use it though, cause we were playing copyrighted music in the background. Shout out. It was literally like, bro, can I play a song? And that was like, that's what did us in right there.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, RP. But anyways,
Project.
project.
What do you
However
want?
much you want to give. What? EP, full length. What are we talking here?
Short length album,
Okay.
hopefully in the future. There's a couple of tracks on there that are also really experimental and they're just kind of spacey. Not really like full songs, but they're just sounds.
Yeah.
You know. I came to the realization, so dumb, but the realization that music is just sounds. So I know it's like ridiculous, and it's like as a musician, so you get caught up
Fair
in
though.
like, chords and rhythms and all these things, but
Yeah.
it's just like there's sound and something sounds good. Why not just play with it a little bit? Yeah. So I put a couple tracks on there that are just sounds. And, they're pretty cool. So there's little things on there. Everything that I've so far released and am releasing as a single is gonna be on there.
Okay.
But yeah, there's hopefully gonna be like a little short length album happening maybe by the end of the summer. Yeah, a little after. I'm not entirely sure it's gonna happen.
It's gonna come out one day.
Yeah, definitely
One
gonna
day.
come out. Definitely come
Y'all
out.
gonna hear some fucking sounds, boy. But what would you say? Is there any overarching theme to it, like generally? Like as these songs, these singles, sorry, they all have their own sort of. They live on their own,
Yeah.
and that's really awesome. Especially Rhythm's gonna come out. That's gonna be its own life. So do these all connect in some way?
They just connect through experience. The first real song on there is BNT. That's already been released. That one. Experience. Neuroscience. Experience. Like experience. Rhythm is an experience, and there's another track on there. Can't name it yet, but that one also is just like it's experience, but also just a little bit of like I don't know, just like simply like sad person emotion at some point. I really don't know what else to say about that one, but it's just like I don't know, coming of age.
So we're getting roaming around on
Yeah.
a short scale album. What the experiences, the life and times, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I also have like a lot of like behind the scenes footage too that I'm hopefully gonna put out with the project release too.
Oh, you're doing a rollout.
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting big over here. Hell yeah. Do you have like a go-to camera person or just media person you'd like to go to? You're just like inspired by whoever.
Kerwin.
Kerwin.
Yeah.
Shout out Kerwin.
Yeah. Kerwin is
sick edit back because the camera died. Fellas, we've already talked the future. Let's talk the past. Roaming around and Justin. What's your music history? Justin.
As a kid, my dad played like the guitar, and then, once I got to school, there was band and everything, and I learned that he played trumpet, so I'm like, let's do that too. And just since then, I've just kind of been just listening to more and more kinds of music, and, just learning new instruments. But yeah, people started playing guitar, I'm like, oh, I like rock music, I like punk music, let me just learn all of it. Fucking drums, the bass.
Yeah.
Let me get some screaming in there too, if I want. But, I've been playing for a little bit. I've just been playing with like random bands around town, and, luckily I am, I don't want to say proving myself, but, I've just played what I'm able to. Roman noticed that, and I'm really happy to be part of this project. It's really fun songs.
Best musician in town.
I don't think
Y'all wait for the Justin project.
Oh,
hey, it's coming.
It's up for y'all.
It's coming.
not to get this blunt energy next time.
Nah, yeah, we will get Justin on next time. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Me? Or there. So my dad started playing, or he played drums, and then one day he wanted to get his old drum set down, so he got it, and then he took the wrap off of it, and it was a Ludwig kit, and when you take the wrap off the Ludwig, it destroys the drums. So I played it for like a month until he destroyed it. I raised some money for myself, and then he helped me pay for the other half of the drum set, so I started on that. Played some guitar here and there, and then I mainly was working on like those two things, and then I joined this little youth percussion band that I actually teach for now. Yeah, it's cool, lots of kids in there, but I joined that group, and that kind of set me off, because I learned just playing, and then I did middle school bands. I was a band kid, super huge band nerd, still kind of am. Marching band, did that. I did drum corps for a couple years too, and then right now I'm a music major at Fresno State. Music ed, my main instrument's percussion, but I'm also in choir at State too. I'm in the wind orchestra, and then I'm planning on doing jazz at Fresno State too, because next semester's my last, so hoping I can get as much out of it while I'm there.
Somebody's getting out. Shout out.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody I interview is a band kid, so
Oh
you're
yeah.
in good company. I was a band kid. Okay.
Did you play?
Saxophone
Oh.
and clarinet. Yeah.
Woodwind.
I did my woodwind shit, boy. Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh, that's some of the hardest stuff. I played oboe for this first time.
Big clarinet.
No way.
Fuck.
Yeah.
No, it's always interesting to hear that. Just everybody's got like that love started when you were little, and then it's just like got not worse. It's just gotten like more intense.
Well,
Worse.
depending on, if you're like me, you just gotta buy a new guitar pedal every other week, so you're in debt.
Oh shit, that
No,
that collection goes crazy though.
Yeah.
I feel that though, but I can't claim myself as the band kid because I quit at some point. Just wanted to play basketball. It didn't work out. So. Warriors.
Right, that's right.
GSW baby, Steph Curry, number 30, greatest player of all time. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, appreciate the history. How long have you guys been playing together? Because I know you said Roman noticed
Yeah.
the greatness.
Hey, you said it, not me.
Yeah, I'm hyping you up, Justin. We need that tape.
Should I start off like national best?
Yeah, sure.
Originally, Rowan was a part of another band called the National Debt, who ended up, they released an album. They had a bunch of songs written, and they ended up needing a guitarist for tour because theirs was unavailable for family reasons and whatnot. And so yeah, I just filled in. I forget. My mom was like, hey, this.
Yeah.
Shout out mom. Shout out
Yeah.
mom.
Shout out Justin's mom. One of the
Uh,
coolest people ever. Goes to house shows and stuff. So.
yeah. Oh yeah, Dee's house on Instagram.
Yeah.
Shout out D's house.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, we jammed a couple times. We're like, all right, let's hit the road. And then once we came back, we kind of had some reorganizational stuff. But with roaming around, I'd say, what has it been, a little over a year?
Yeah, it's been about a year.
About a year.
Yeah, because I remember I started with like a tiny crew. None of the people that I play with right now were in it, but I was still showing Justin all the music that I was recording.
I was just like, this is sick.
Yeah, so eventually, at the point I was just like, I don't want to use any people from the national set, but I got over it. It's kind of done. I'll play with anyone. I really don't care. But yeah, BWS cool. Yeah, been the greatest bass player ever.
Ever since then,
It's been that.
it's been a wonderful time. But I honestly thought you guys would have known each other longer. The chemistry's insane. Just like, homie shit. Appreciate that. Where'd you guys go to high school? Buchanan?
I went to Clovis West.
You guys are from the north.
We are.
Yeah.
Oh,
low-key.
we're from SM. It's okay.
Yeah.
I like asking people where they went to high school, just like get like a map going, cause like it's so different. Everybody's from everywhere now, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I met as soon as I graduated, I met everyone from I feel like everywhere.
yeah.
Because how you get scared when you go when you're a little kid, you go into middle school, then you go into high school, and then you go into college, and I don't know, your circle just keeps on getting bigger.
College is a nightmare. Just like,
Yeah.
oh god, a bunch of bowler people that probably hate us.
Yeah.
That's the beef.
Yeah.
No beef with us though. I think Clovis West we're getting there with basketball, but we ain't gotta worry about that. Just your bass playing will outweigh the beef.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right. But speaking of Fresno, favorite Fresno artist. People like to do threes. I gotta tell you, people love the threes. But you can do however many you want. Valley Palace has 6.
Really?
6 right off the bat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in no particular order. Okay.
No order.
Knack. That's Your Baby. Quiet. Black Sage. Sad Quanto. I just recently got into that.
Sad.
Valley
Awesome.
Palos. Eternal Haunts. Bad Tapes.
Bad Tapes.
Coming back.
Haven't heard of Bad Tapes.
Yeah. Coming back. Could you say Carpet Garden?
Is Carpet Garden from Fresno?
Carpet Garden is from Fresno
Oh, shit.
Valley.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, we should say Carpet
Shout
Garden.
out David.
And then, sorry, all time. There's one that does top all of them, but all time favorite band forever from Indian Lakes. They're not necessarily Fresno, but they're Valley. When I was a little kid, there's these venues that used to hold them, and I was like 12, and their mosh pits had no business being in the mosh pits at 12 years old. But I used to go to all their shows when I was little, and yeah, they would play here like all the time. So top band
From Indian Lakes.
think-
But now you have a fucking
I
record.
think Roman said most of them that I've been really digging recently.
You can go Central Valley too. We don't gotta be Fresno.
No, I know. I'm thinking a big one that I've noticed that always like kind of wows me is You Salesman. Have you seen any of their
Fucking
shows?
love You
They
Salesman.
They're awesome.
They're
really
crazy.
cool, and their drummer goes insane.
Yeah.
It's mysterious and I love it. It's crazy.
He's cool.
He plays for She Demons.
He does. She Demons, Green Machine. Well, shout out, dude. Yeah, he's doing a lot.
Bro's out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think. We said like most of them. That's a big one. Yeah, Bezos. Yeah, I don't know. That's one. It's all the homies.
Absolutely. Every time I go see Bezos Raven get beat up, I just
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Part of
They're
the
so
fun.
fun.
Bezos
Yeah.
Raven and Guai, those pits have no reason to be that insane, but I fucking
Yeah.
love it every time.
So I was talking to their drummer a while ago.
Yeah.
And she was just like, I'm scared of my own mosh pits. My own band's mosh pits, and I'm like, dude. At the last show at the house.
No, I got hurt. In
Oh,
the mosh pit,
shit,
like,
no.
It was a straight dog pile, dude. Like somebody's shoulder hit me, like right here, and that I was out of commission for a little bit.
Still tough to do on the stage when we played.
That's right.
Like, right after.
Have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, those moshes get crazy. The energy is insane. I always think, I'm like, what is it about just like faces for days that makes you want to just go ape shit? It's just like their energy is so insane.
That's it.
And everybody's in the front of one song, and I was like, I gotta elbow drop the ground. I fucking elbow drop the ground. Nobody there at D's house. I don't know what came from within, but it just like had elbow drop.
Yeah.
Interesting. Love every band name or artist. Yeah. But yeah, I I was gonna give some recommendations, but you literally named everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Roman Around holds the record for naming the most people now. You just took the crown from Valley Palace.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think that's all I have for you today. This has been a great one. It's really fun.
Yeah.
All right. Anything you want to promote? Social medias, tours?
Yeah, so we're gonna be playing in LA soon. I don't know. This is probably gonna be released after that, but releasing Rhythm very soon. Releasing an EP hopefully by the end of the summer. Justin's project Bad Tapes is,
It's in the works.
in the works.
Coming soon.
That'll be really cool. I'm teaching a summer camp in like a week. I know it's gonna be later, but anything educational around here in town for anyone who wants to do music. Support local artists. Support your friends who are transitioning into having pride fun. And tell your dog that you love him.
Justin.
Oh, I'm just hitting her on that last one. Tell your dog you love him.
Yeah.
Don't follow Justin on nothing.
No.
Tell your dog you love him. Ham, stay off. We're out here. Shout out Roman Around. Shout out Justin. Cut.